Down.
Hello and welcome back to Out the Doghouse Training. In today's video, we're going to be teaching you how to train your dog the down command in just 5 simple steps. So before we get into it, please, if you enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay tuned for more Out the Doghouse Training. So to begin this training, all you will need is a clicker or a marker word such as yes to let the dog know that they're doing the right thing, and some tasty treats. Quite easy access to be able to give those as a reward. So to begin with, for this training, all we're going to do is start with the lure. That's step 1. So we're going to take one of our tasty treats and we're going to put that to the nose, and we're going to start the dog in the sit position. That's probably the easiest way to start the down training. So we're going to start in a sit close to the nose, and then we're going to lure them to the floor. We're going to mark when they get in the down position, and we're going to deliver that treat. So I'm going to show that again. So break, break, sit. Okay, so they should already know the sit before you progress into this command. So we're going to start with the treat to the nose. We're going to move them down, click, and reward. So that is step 1. So from there, once we've done lots of repetitions and the dog gets used to going from a sit position into that down position, then we're going to start to slowly move the lure further away from their nose. So they start to begin to do the behavior without having the treat kind of force them into that position. So we're going to, this time, have the lure slightly further away. I'm going to do the same thing, the same motion. So they already recognize that motion from before, but the lure's just slightly further away to the ground, and then we're going to mark and feed and reward. Break. Good boy. So one more time from there. So sit, and then we're going to go. And notice at this point, I'm not saying any cue word. If this is the first time that your dog's learning this behavior, then they won't understand what that means. So at this point, it's all about repetitions and building the understanding so the dog can transition into that position.
Gosh.
So once they're comfortable from there, the next step would be to remove the lure altogether. So we're still going to do the same motion with our hand, but we're not going to have the treat for them to follow. So we're going to start to phase out the lure. So as I say, lots of repetitions from step 1 and 2 before you get to this point. And then we're just going to have the same hand signal that they should be familiar with now. And once they get down to the ground, we still mark and deliver that treat. So try that again, break. So no treat in my hands. I'm just going to do the cue. I'm going to mark and reward. Okay, at this point we have our dog using the hand signal, which they're familiar with from the lure, and we're doing it without the treat. Now we can start to phase out the hand signal altogether. So I'm going to start to introduce the cue word while doing the signal, and then transition and phase the hand signal out altogether. So break, down, good boy, break, down. Chase thought he was doing another trick then. Break, waiting, down, good boy, break, sit, down. So just make sure we're really clear with the cue word at this point. It needs to be really concise. I would avoid using more than one word for a simple command like this. So something just like down, lie down can be a little bit more confusing, and there's no need to add that extra word in. So just a single one word like down, make sure that's really clear as we start to phase out the hand signal. So break, one more time, down, good. So once we get a really fast response and our dog's showing us that they understand what that hand signal and that cue word means, then we're going to start to phase out the hand signal and we can rely solely on the cue word. So break, down, good. Now if your dog doesn't go down straight away, give them a minute, let them think about it. But if they're really struggling, I would maybe add a middle step. So rather than taking out the hand signal altogether, just make it a little bit more subtle. So I'll show you what that looks like now. Break, sit, down. So rather than doing the hand signal all the way to the floor, you know, as I was doing, it's just a more subtle down, and it's still showing him that we're still progressing and pairing that with the cue word. Break, And then once the dog's super confident, we should be able to give that command anywhere, so we can break them and they should be able to go down and instantly drop to the ground. So as I say, I would start from the sit position. I find that the easiest to transition. Once they're really comfortable, then start to progress from other positions such as the stand. Break, down, good boy. And there you have it. There are 5 simple steps on teaching your dog the down command. Down,